All right.
Ready, Shane?
Okay, here we go.
All right, welcome back here to Park Tab Thirsty Pups Watch Party. Thirsty Pups Watch Party brought to you here at Park Tab. Once again, we are welcomed and joined by Running with the Wolves podcast, Dave Anderson, Chris Emerson. And now we're going to have these two guys answer some of the questions that were brought to us via Facebook and even written into us. And then afterwards, we will announce which one they thought was the best question of the night. And then that'll be going for a gift card here to Park Tab. So we're just going to go in order first with the Facebook questions that came in. First question, Alex Larson. What's your least favorite moment as a Wolves fan? First, we'll pass it over to Gabe.
Man, I mean, where do you start? I mean, 2008, 2009, 2010. But I think, actually, you know, this season, I was at that Charlotte game where we just blew it. Kind of, I hope it's not foreshadowing for what we're seeing tonight. But, I mean, I was with Cody over there, and he was like, why are you worried? We're up 15 going into the fourth against a bad team. I'm like, you don't know the Timberwolves, do you? Because that's what we do. We blow leads. So that was a low point. But yeah, I'll say that as my answer. Chris, go ahead.
I think mine was when we hired Tom Thibodeau. I was against that at the start, and we had such a young, promising team, and we had so many like young assets going in such a like rebuilding like energy kind of filled. And then we bring in that guy. I was like, this just doesn't line up, and it kind of fell apart.
You quit watching the Wolves for a while, right? I did. Yeah, because you were not a Thibodeau guy at all. By the way, I saw something on Facebook a couple days ago. They asked Tom Thibodeau if he's happy that the Knicks are good going into the All-Star break, and he said, "I'm never happy." So if that says anything about Tom Thibodeau, I just think he's a curmudgeon for life.
Yeah. Well, he's a basketball lifer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this one comes in by Josh Betterman. He said, we got Monty Morris, who's another key piece you'd like to see for our shooting off the bench.
Yeah, so basically, who would we like to see shooting a little better? Honestly, and if you listen to the podcast, you're not going to be surprised by my answer. Jaden McDaniels. I mean, he gets a wide open three, and he's shooting like only 37%, and we're going to be paying him like $25 million next year. He's got to be better. He's only averaging about 10 points a game. And then, of course, slow-mo as well. He takes 15 minutes to decide if he's going to shoot a three. So either shoot it or attack. That's all I'm saying.
I think we just need to, I mean, not even like a certain guy. We just need to up the numbers. Like we need to move the ball around more so like Alexander gets to rock some more. Like Nas can get it open, look some more. I don't think there's a certain guy that's going to really step up unless we get a veteran free agent because our roster is what it is. And none of those guys are high-level shooters right now.
Perfect.
And obviously, like you're mentioning the question, Monte Morris, I mean, he only had 6 games against with the Pistons, so he's got to amp it up as well. So I think he's only got 2 points tonight, so like to see more efficiency there.
All right, and our next question comes in from Joe Nelson. Shout out Joe, he's been here a couple times. Should Finch let Ant and Cat play enough minutes to win All-Star Game MVP on Sunday? Possibly 30 minutes plus.
Personally, let's see. I think so, and it just for the fact that I don't think the Wolves did KG ever win one in All-Star MVP?
Yep.
He did win one
In Atlanta.
Yeah, in Atlanta. But I don't know. When you've got 2 guys in the All-Star game, it would be cool to see them play together. And some overall, the All-Star game, be interested to see. I know Adam Silver's trying to amp up the All-Star game, so the guys like try harder and try in the fourth quarter. I would like to see it less of an exhibition and more of an actual try hard kind of game, which is tough in the All-Star game. But if you're going to do a game where they're trying hard, I think basketball is the one to do it because you're not going to get it in football. You're probably not going to get it in hockey. You're not going to see guys hitting each other like you would in a hockey game. So I'm excited for the All-Star game. And by the way, my pick for the slam dunk contest, I think Max McClung repeats. But
I don't think so. I don't want to see them put in a lot of minutes. I just want to see Anthony Edwards maybe make a statement and D some guys up. Like just let them show like, oh no, I'm here to play both ways, and just sort of more, maybe build on that icon of like he's a two-way player. Get that respect.
All right, our next question coming in from Jake Taylor. Shout out to Jake. Is Pat Bev the best player to ever wear number 22 for the Timberwolves?
I'll let you go first. I'll let you go first. I don't.
Was Dean Garrett 22? So no, he's not right there. I remember Dean Garrett, I think, had like a 15 and 15 game. It might have been a 20-20, I don't know. And I remember seeing him out at a restaurant in the Mall of America that night, and I waved at him through the window. It was a big moment when I was a child. So Dean Garrett, way more than Pat Bev. Easy.
Here's the thing about Pat Bev. He was fun for a minute, but I'm glad they got rid of him when he did. We needed him to like establish some veteran presence for a young Wolves team, but I think we got rid of him at the right time because as you see now, he's getting thrown from team to team. He just got thrown for Milwaukee, which honestly, I would rather have Campaign than Patrick Beverly anyway. So that's my opinion of Pat Bev.
Campaign has sweet handshakes before the game.
He does, yeah.
All right, another question here from Nathan. Since Conley is in the last year of his contract, and since we don't really have any bench players that can confidently replace him at starting point guard, do you see him re-signing, or do you see them trying to trade him before free agency?
That's interesting. I'll start with this question. I think that they're going to bring him back next year. I really do. Maybe he takes a lesser contract to come back with us, unless there's a contender that really needs a starting point guard, which there might be. I don't know. I see them re-signing Conley and maybe giving it a go. Maybe a 1-year contract, and then if it doesn't work out, trade him at the trade deadline. Who knows?
The way that we made a team-friendly deal with Pat Beverly, speaking of, where we gave him a $12 million deal just to trade him, just to make sure he got paid. I don't think this organization is going to do any movement of Conley against his will, and I think he's going to stay. He'll probably we can't trade him for one because trade's over, but and his contract's up. So we'll be able to sign him for probably a team-friendly deal, but we're going to have to really look forward to some different type of point guard moving forward because he is not the long-term answer for the progression.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Good.
All right, and these are our 3 writing questions. So first question comes from Evan. He says, "Who will be in the play-in tournament?"
I'm gonna go, man. As much as I know they're kind of hot right now, I'm gonna go with the. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Kings. I think the Kings fall a little bit down. It's easy to say Pelicans, but it just depends for them if they stay healthy. With Zion and Ingram's hurt all the time. But who do I think comes out of the play-in? Honestly, I think the Lakers and Warriors come out of the play-in. Good.
That's a hard question. Play-in. Maybe I'll go Jazz will be in the play-in game, and we'll go Jazz and Warriors. I think that'll be a decent game, and I got Jazz. I'm a big Jazz fan.
Yeah.
I can see where you're young.
Yeah.
All right, this one is from Aaron, and he asks, who would be a great free agent pickup in the offseason?
We'll go first. Go ahead.
We can't pick up anybody. We're so far over the cap, there's going to be 0 pickups for free agents. So I think what we basically did was we signed Monte Morris so that we have his bird rights. So he will be our free agent pickup probably on a team-friendly deal. But nobody's the answer.
Honestly, what I would love is someone who can shoot corner threes. That's honestly all we're looking for. And maybe we have it in Monte Morris. I don't know yet. It's still to be seen. If my advice for Monte Morris over the All-Star break is to put up 200 3-pointers a game and just get ready for the stretch run.
Perfect. And the last question comes from Gabe's dad, Todd. He said, who is the Wolves' MVP so far this season? And who will be the MVP for the Wolves? right? For the Wolves at the end of the season. So is it one in the same, or do you see two different MVPs?
I mean, the MVP for the Wolves has got to be Anthony Edwards. When it comes down to it, he's the guy with the ball at the end of the game. He's the guy who can go on a run and get hot at any time. But honorable mention would be Rudy Gobert. I mean, just how great he's been this season. Number one in defensive rating for the Timberwolves this season, and he affects games probably more than anyone else defensively in the entire league.
I'd actually flip that. I'd say Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is probably the MVP currently for me because he just sets the mood, sets the standard for what we're doing. But for us to be elite, if we want to be elite by the end of the season, it's going to have to be Anthony Edwards. He's going to have to be playing at an MVP level because we just don't have enough punch from the other guys. So I would say in a perfect world, Anthony Edwards is the answer at the end, but I'd say Rudy Gobert.
Perfect. Awesome. All righty, well, thank you once again to Running with the Wolves, Dave Anderson and Chris Emerson. We were so thankful that they not only came out tonight, that they promoted the event, but then also were kind enough to have us on their podcast yesterday as well as today. And then also, once again, we're at the Heat Pergola in the back, Park Tab. Once again, I was thinking for them, featured by Stilly and Nicola Volcha, thanks to Capital Beverage Sales. And then, do you guys have your favorite question picked out already?
What was yours?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
All right, we'll get back to you on the favorite question. So once again, thank you to Running with the Wolves. Thank you all for showing up. Let's have a great second half. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'll tell you too. There's two questions of two guys that aren't